Yes.
I'm Dr. Lisa, and I'm here with my bestie,
Mm.
Coach Nyala.
Hey everyone.
And you might notice that Dr. Dean Kathy isn't with us today. She's going to catch back up with us next week.
Yes.
So, looks like I'm driving the ship today.
Yes, you are. 'Cause y'all know I
All
just been
right.
tagging along, right, y'all? Everybody know that.
Well, when Dr. Lisa is driving, the trip is short. So, all right. So, we're going to jump right in. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I am having a magically wonderful day.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
why it's magically wonderful. It's just really good. I feel good today. I've been feeling productive. Things are going well.
it's always good when we're productive and getting
Yes.
things done, and things are flowing easily and smoothly. So good.
Yes. Indeed. It really
What are we
does feel
talking
good when
about
it's
today?
we are talking about phrases that sound good, that
Mm.
sound authentic and like you're being honest and real with your people, but in fact you are shutting them down and they're reacting. The reaction you see may not be the reaction you want.
Yeah.
And to that end, typically in a really good, solid, emotionally intelligent team, like we're all trying to build,
Yes.
it's not the communication is not really about what you say, it's what's interpreted from that statement. So what you're saying might not be what they're hearing or what you intend for the meaning to be gets lost in translation. So, but some of them, there are some phrases that are just like, right? You know that it's gonna blow up. You don't necessarily know why it's blowing up the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
For example, a lot of comedians like to talk about when a woman says, "I'm fine," right? You
That's a
know that
loaded statement. That is a loaded
exactly. I'm fine, right? So there are some things that sound innocuous or just easy and well intentioned that
Mhm.
really just aren't that way.
That's right.
At
There's
least that's
more
not how they
to it.
land on your people.
Yes, there is more to it behind the scenes, behind the statement that people are saying what they really saying.
Exactly. So you might be triggering defensiveness, the shutdown, passive resistance, passive aggression, or they might just be quietly not trusting you anymore and deciding that they're gonna bounce. Right? They're gonna bounce when they're truly done with you or they found somewhere else to land.
Hmm.
So we have an ebook coming out. As a matter of fact, the free ebook is coming out soon. I won't put a date on that because I got to finish it. But we're talking about how to deal with several of these phrases.
Hmm.
And one of the ones that sounds like you're being honest and upfront, honest, it actually, when I get to it, I'm like, yeah, that's not really what you meant, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
not really what you meant. And I know what you're really saying. What you're really saying is something else. So my
Correct.
trigger phrase in that vein is we've always done it this way. And when I come on the scene, it's usually because I'm helping with a, a strategic change,
Hmm.
usually related to technology, usually requires some juggling of workflow to achieve the result, right?
Hmm.
When I hear, but we've always done it this way, what I feel like you're really saying is, I don't want to change, and I don't really care what you're going to say about this. It might be better. It might be the cure for cancer. I don't care. I'm not listening.
I don't care. No, I don't care part.
That's what I hear, though. That's what I
Yeah.
hear. Hey, Tracy. Hopefully, hopefully you got a little bit more sunshine in Massachusetts than we have down here in the A.
Hey, Tracy.
But yes, when I hear we've always done it this way, That's what I'm like, okay, yeah, you don't care what I'm gonna say because you have a box and you're not leaving it, right?
Hmm. I think for me, the trigger phrase, and I can well, let me dive into that a little bit more. What I hear when someone says that we've always done it this way is that they're not changing, they're not going to change, they're not looking to change, and period, point blank, right? I didn't never thought about it like not caring. That they're part of a caring as a heart led person just
Mhm.
doesn't register. Like everybody cares. Like everybody is caring first and foremost in my mind, right? Which that might not be the case. Um, so I agree with you in terms of the term is triggering because it's showing no room for growth. Like,
Mhm.
and it reminds me of Blockbuster. Blockbuster video um, is no longer around because Netflix, actually Redbox came out and had it to where people can come and get things, but I don't think Blockbuster was willing to make the change um, to be able to incorporate, and now they're no longer here. So when I hear it, I hear a place of fixed mindset. They don't want to grow. They're looking to stay exactly where they are and they're stagnant. They might end up being dinosaurs like Blockbuster.
And that's an excellent example because usually, unfortunately, the person making the statement is, if they're not the person who hired me to make the change,
They're
there's someone
probably,
who's responsible for the implementation of that change.
yeah.
So what I've learned over time is to respond to that, or or if I can get them to change their perception.
Hmm.
Here's a good alternative phrase for those people who are saying we've always done it this way.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Help me understand what you're seeing. We may need a new lens, right?
Hmm.
That is a way to shift it from I don't want to change to I don't know why we're changing, right? That's a
Hmm.
different statement, right? Why do we have to change? It's a different statement from change is bad.
Hmm. Yes.
And that you might be meaning that I don't see the reason behind making this change. And the shorthand is like, we always done it this way, right?
Yes.
Of course, my response to that is, and have you been successful at that?
Dr. Lisa is quick to step on your toes. Real quick. She'll say
So
something
yes,
and you'll be like,
sometimes Dr. Lisa's a little extra blunt. Typically, especially when I hear that phrase. But so as someone who has heard that and is triggered by that phrase, I
mm-hmm,
had to learn to step into the other person's shoes, assume positive intent,
mm-hmm, mm,
and then make that additional step to say, okay, what they might really mean is they don't understand the reason behind the change, or what that difference in results is really going to look like. So
mm,
as a consultant, I had to go ahead and explain, okay, well, this is what we get right now. This is where you are now.
mm-hmm,
This is where you want to be. This is what the transition from here to there really looks like, and how we get that done. And
right.
this is why it might feel uncomfortable. And this is why you might see this as unimportant or less important than getting it done right now.
Mm-hmm,
So once you are able to give that other person grace, hint, hint, once you can give that person grace, it becomes a lot easier to invite them to your point of view.
You're absolutely right. There's power in being able to give the backstory behind it. I think that helps people uh, come into alignment with something that might be a little bit better for them, especially
Mhm.
when you lead with, okay, has this served you to this point? Like it, okay. And if it has, is there still a better way that it can be done? So maybe it's easier, maybe it's more efficient, maybe you don't have to have so much of the um, input or the work behind it so that you can, like I said, work efficiently, right? So I think having the explanation behind it, going a step further, getting a little bit curious helps to
Mhm.
make everything uh, easier. And I'm glad to hear that you know that it's a trigger for you.
Got to know yourself.
And you have the response to it. And so um, we can then implement the grace. When
Mhm.
y'all hear grace, think the grace blueprint coming from Bestie Finder, right? There's a whole system behind this. So
Mhm.
uh, we're not just on here Wednesdays sharing just tits and bits. We have programs, we have courses, we have actually we have an information session coming up. We have coaching programs and cohorts coming available. So these are just some of the conversations that come up, some of the
Mhm.
thoughts that are that we have behind the scene that we like to bring to you live on a weekly basis so that you can join our community. We have a free way for you to join and get into the conversation, right? We have the future besties option, membership option, which is for a limited time, free. And then we have your personal bestie and your biz bestie opportunities to get closer with the program and the programming and the coaching opportunities that we have available for you. So, yes, I think I said
Thank you for
enough.
sharing. Thank you for sharing what I forgot. So, in that vein, one of the tools that we have is the Grace Clarity Audit. So you might be thinking that you are coming off great and your people are hearing what you mean for them to hear, and that's not always the case. What you can do, and what we strongly recommend, is that you jump in. We've got a 7 question Grace Clarity Audit that will help you figure out by looking at the people around you, not navel gazing, that figure out whether or not you might have some gaps in your authority or
Mm,
gaps in the way in the clarity that is coming up. So if you tap right here in this night on the Grace Clarity Audit, you'll jump right over to the questionnaire and you'll be able to see in just 7 questions, take a couple minutes to see where you stand right now.
yes.
And that will lead you to our newsletter, Clash and Connect.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That comes
And
out every other week. Every
every
other
other
week
week.
on a Sunday
If
with
you sign up now, you can get one this Sunday.
yes, yes. So we have several ways to connect. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. We
Eastern.
enjoy
Eastern.
doing this and we encourage you to come live. Put your comments in the chat. We see Tracy again from, is it Maryland area? Massachusetts. Sorry, Tracy, don't get me. Uh, who is a member of our community, and she's in a phenomenal program, which I'll let Dean Kathy share another time.
All right. And on that note, thanks for stopping by. This has been Office Hours, and we will see you next week. Bye, YouTube.